Oh, Lord, baby Jesus, they got me. They got me. We knew it was coming. We knew it was only going to be a matter of time. But unfortunately, that day has arrived. The MCSC network has been entirely demonetized by YouTube. And I don't mean just a few videos. I don't even mean that we've just been, so I'm sure you've seen some of the videos where they got the little yellow $sign. And so that means it's controversial and you won't be totally demonetized, but basically you can only make YouTube premium revenue. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about completely removed from the YouTube partnership program, having to reapply to the YouTube partnership program based off of videos that I'm supposed to delete that I have no idea which videos I'm supposed to delete, though. That's the problem, because they didn't tell us exactly why we were removed or why we were being demonetized. So surprise, surprise, YouTube censorship is still doing YouTube censorship things. And we're going to get into all of that right now and what the plan is going forward, and how we even got here. So do me a favor. Share this. Like this. Because we about to drop some facts. We about to drop some truth bombs. Some of y'all might not like it, but whatever, I don't really care anymore. Because at this point, we just need to get the truth out there, and the only way we can do so is to be honest. So, I have joined the ranks of a lot of people who've been demonetized. Let me go ahead and show you the email I got. So you can see right here, your channel is no longer eligible to monetize. Learn how to reapply. So once again, completely removed from the partner program. So I don't even have a special YouTube, like a liaison anymore, or a dedicated link where I can actually appeal the decision, because they just took that away from me. Yeah. It says right here, during a recent review, our team of policy specialists, whatever the fuck that means, carefully looked over the videos you've uploaded to your channel, Niko, and the MCSC network. We found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with our YouTube partner program policies. As of today, your channel is not eligible to monetize, and you will not have access to monetization tools and features. Please go to your monetization page to read more about the specific policy our specialists flagged. I did. Just said it was harmful content. That's it. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. What makes it even more bizarre, though, is the fact that I received this email at 2:18. I'm finding out from Convo Couch they got demonetized, from Frank Analysis that he got demonetized. Jamar Thomas got demonetized. And I'm also finding out that we all got this email at the exact same time. Did y'all know that? I got my email at 2:18. Jamar Thomas got his email at 2:18 p.m. Eastern. Frank Analysis, Franco, got his email at 2:18 Eastern. And Combo Couch, who's in California, got their email at 11:18 Pacific. So they're going to try to convince you, ladies and gentlemen, that this wasn't a targeted effort. Like they're going to try to convince you that, oh, no, we're doing this stuff individually. Your channel just happened to be one of the ones that were flagged, except for, at least in these particular cases, you decided to demonetize a group of channels at the exact same time. Is that not bizarre to anybody? Now, we told people for quite some time that when Alex Jones was deplatformed, that he was a low-hanging fruit. He was just the beginning. That the left would be next. What's happened since? They didn't want to listen then. Okay. So some of us managed to survive. Even though a lot of people were purged, leftists were purged off of Facebook. Some had a couple of channels purged off of YouTube. But some of us survived. Fast forward, Trump versus Biden. The Joe Biden, Hunter Biden scandal with the Ukraine pops up. The New York Post article, which is basically just an email, a verified email that was never disproven, never, the credibility of that email, in fact, has been bolstered since then. So it hasn't even been shot down. It's actually been bolstered. Social media shut down any circulation of that article. And they were very clear. It was because they couldn't prove that it wasn't true. Or prove that it was, even though there was plenty of proof. Back then, I said, don't cheer for this, leftists. Getting Trump out or putting Biden in, I don't care who you are, cannot be worth the cost that is going to be put on us if we greenlight this type of convenient censorship, right? Because always, oh yeah, I'm cool if you censor the other guy. Just don't censor me or people I like. But yeah, you can censor them. Right? That's what we told them. So then, ladies and gentlemen, we were attacked. We're pro-Trumpers. We're neo-Nazi sympathizers. We're right-wing conspiracy theorists. Even though people like myself in the Convo Couch are leftists. I said, okay. I said back then, right before the election, I said, y'all, this is a pretext to what's about to come. I said, around February, no, I said in March, but I said, I'll be surprised if we even make it that long. I said, the reason that I won't say I prefer, but I would prefer to not have civility fascism is because civility fascism is the type of fascism that you are not allowed to criticize. Civility fascism does not allow dissent. Isn't that what I said? I know a lot of you have been around here for, been part of the network for a while, so y'all know. Been saying this. Then they came out with, so the events in January 6th happened at the Capitol. Then they start, AOC and friends start cheering for censorship. What did I say was going to happen? Exactly what's happening right now. Jordan Sheridan wanted to cheer, encourage the deplatforming of my team, of me, of the Convo Couch. Guess who got demonetized? The Andrea, the literal Nazi that I debated, who's pretending to be a leftist, that Nomiki platformed and even donated money to, the one I debated over forced to vote. As she was cheering, our whole debate was about Trump censorship. Is it okay for Trump to be censored? I said no, because this will happen. She said yes, because Trump sucks. I said, you'll be next. You know that. This isn't for you. Or excuse me, this isn't for the right. This isn't for Trump conservatives. This is a test to see what we'll put up with, what you'll cheer for. They're going to come after us next. She said, no, they won't. I said, yes, they will. Guess what? They did. How many times have we said this was going to be the result? I would say a fourth of my income comes from the YouTube channel that is no longer demonetized. Or excuse me, that is no longer monetized. I won't even be able to, so we get paid on the 21st of every month. I won't even get that back. I won't get that. Even though I accrued revenue all throughout January because we're on the 30-day pay period. So from the 1st to the 30th, and we get paid for that month on the 21st. Ladies and gentlemen, I won't be receiving that because I'm no longer a partner. I have no account with them anymore. You get what I'm saying? In other words, the money that I've already made I won't get. If your job, the thing that pays your bills is telling the truth objectively, and they stop you, or they disallow you from using your job and doing your job, which pays your bills, by completely demonetizing you so you can't pay your bills. What do you call that? Is it hard censorship? No. Is it still censorship? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. It is. It is. And it's also literal censorship, because if you understand anything about YouTube's algorithms, then you know that monetization, channels that are monetized, are the channels that get preferred treatment by the algorithms. But also, it's literal theft. Why? Because a couple of years ago, in 2019, YouTube passed a policy that said they advertise on every single video, regardless of whether or not you're monetized. In other words, you can come to my channel, and if you don't have a YouTube Red or YouTube Premium account, you will still see ads. But I'm not getting paid for those. We're not getting paid for those ads. The people, if you go to their channel and you see an ad, if they said they were demonetized, you go to their channel and you see an ad, we didn't get paid for that. In other words, somebody paid YouTube to advertise on channels like ours, because they have a specific metric that they put in to let the ads, to show the ads where they would gather or garner the most interest. So they chose our types of channels to advertise on, but we are no longer getting paid for that advertisement. It's literal theft. But YouTube thinks because if they put it in the community guidelines, like that they're not violating anything. Like, no, if it's a unlawful contract, the contract is immediately voided. That's how it usually works. Now, the coincidence of at least 4 or 5 channels that I know, from people that I know personally, getting demonetized, I'm not saying kind of generally at the same time. I mean, literally, we all got the email from YouTube at the exact same time. That was too much of a coincidence for me. So I started scouring the internet, figure out if I could put some rhyme or reason to YouTube's fuckery, which I know is a dangerous game, but nonetheless, we found some that we think could interest y'all. What else have we been saying for the last year or so about AOC? We've been letting people know that she is dangerous. A particular type of dangerous. A different type of dangerous. And a lot of people attacked us for that. Yeah. This is an email from AOC, people. And I'm going to get to your tips really quick on Rockfin. Thank you very much, by the way. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to get to those in a second. But I just want to go ahead and get through this so people know what's going on. But the letter says this. As we speak, right-wing operatives with millions of followers on social media are spreading flat-out lies and misleading information about AOC. Okay, what are the lies? We don't know. But with your help, we can force Twitter and Facebook to take action and enforce their own rules. Okay. Hold up. Is she still in Congress? Are Twitter and Facebook still quote unquote private companies? Because I don't think that's even legal for them to even put this in a. You know what? Let's continue. What's so frustrating about these attacks is that once the truth comes out, so few people get to hear it. Hundreds of thousands or potentially millions of people will have already seen or shared the misleading tweets or quote unquote fake news articles. We need your help. Here's what you can do to help us combat the campaign of disinformation and others in the future. Scan your social media to find posts with this misleading information, which, by the way, notice she's done a very good job of not telling you what this misleading information is. But what she is dog whistling to her supporters to do, though, is anyone who is saying anything negative about AOC, any criticism about AOC, They are spreading misinformation. You need to target them. So she says, scan your social media to find posts with misleading information that she has not even identified what's misleading, especially those using the trending hashtag. The trending hashtag? What? So like every single major trend in the country, if it mentions AOC, report them, is what she's saying. Don't tweet any hashtags yourself because we don't want to spread them further. Identify any posts that are threatening or harassing and using the built-in report features to report features to flag them for moderators. Facebook and Twitter both have built-in tools for reporting posts and tweets that break the rules. Then she continues to gaslight. The sad thing is that a lot of damage has already been done. People have already been misled and radicalized. They believe the lies to a point where their hatred could someday boil over into violence. This is exactly what led to the thousands of enraged rioters storming the Capitol building in January 6th. But we can do something about it. We can help, quote unquote, set the record straight when people spread falsehoods. We can keep calling out the Photoshop tweets, fake news, articles, and misleading posts when we see them. That's y'all girl? That's y'all queen?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. It's tripping.
I don't know about you, but I like my Congress people with zero authoritarianism whenever they're doing anything, actually. But what we see here is a congresswoman sending an email out to a listserv of literally millions. That is not hyperbole. She has a listserv of millions. And she told them, anyone who is criticizing me in a way that I deem to be false or fake or misleading, go report them on any of these various social media platforms. And I would imagine YouTube is not immune. Do you hear the problem with all of this? Civility fascism is the fascism that you are not allowed to criticize. A lot of people wanted to joke whenever I coined that term a few months back. A lot of people wanted to joke. You're just being paranoid. You're being an alarmist. You're being an accelerationist. Well, I got a joke for the establishment. Y'all put your faith in profits and these donors, corporations, the corrupt. I'm going to put my faith in the movement, because if there is one thing that I know and that I've seen personally, is that in moments like this, the movement will provide. I went from being homeless in 2017 to where we are now. Like, I was just recording with my phone, literally my cell phone, iPhone 6, and a pair of headphones, to where we are now, because the movement, when you do right, will provide. So I'm going to ask you all to go follow me on Rockfin. We have right now, so you can join Rockfin for free, right? You can click on the link in the description. Right now we have 149 endorsements, so premium Rockfin subscriptions. Our goal is to hit 200, so just 50 more by the end of February. If we hit 200 by the end of February, it will completely and totally supplement all the revenue that I was making from YouTube. All the revenue that we were getting through super chats through YouTube, all the revenue that we were getting through ad revenue through YouTube, If we hit 200 premium subscribers on Rockfin, we don't need YouTube anymore. If you become a premium subscriber, you get all my premium content, but most specifically my 5 to 7 show every Thursday, which, by the way, we have Frank Analysis coming on, so I really encourage you all to check that out because we're going to have a crazy show today. But you get my premium content and everyone else's premium content. There is this weird coincidence, though. Like, as far as the leftists are concerned, almost every leftist except for, I think, one is on Rockfin. I think Jamar's the only one who isn't technically on Rockfin, but he's on Sputnik Radio, which is basically, they're flagged in the same way. All right? So I'm on there. Kim Iverson's probably about to get demonetized because it seems like they're doing this in tiers. So Kim Iverson's on there. Jimmy Dore's probably about to get demonetized too. Graham Elwood's on there who got demonetized as well. Ron Placone's on there. Convo Couch is on there. Frank Analysis is on there. He got demonetized. I want to say Richie got demonetized a couple of weeks ago. Richie Medhurst, if you have not followed Richard. So all these people post premium content on Rockfin regularly. And a lot of them even have a weekly show that they do live exclusively for Rockfin. You can also follow me on Odysee, which is also another open source blockchain platform. I have a backup YouTube channel as well that you can find in the description below. And I would strongly encourage you to subscribe to it. And you can email us at nikoforthepeople@gmail.com if you want to join our listserv and get all the updates for our content when we post. If you have the app for Rockfin, you should get push notifications. And also you should actually get emails from Rockfin if we post something. But we have a lot of different content that we post, and so I understand if you don't get everything. And if you want to join the listserv to make sure you get just about everything that you could that's important, you can email us at nikoforthepeople@gmail.com. Or if you sign up for Rockfin while we're streaming right now and you come in through my link and sign up, Rockfin will ask for permission to give me your email so that I can add you to the listserv. So if you've already signed up and you gave them permission, don't worry about it. You're good. I'll have you on the listserv shortly. With that being said, for the next month, so what's today? The 4th? Yeah, today's February 4th. So from now until March 4th, I will not be posting to YouTube at all, except for to promote live streams. So we will be posting live streams exclusively to Rockfin. The only premium live stream will be, once again, the 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. But if you want to catch all of our other live streams, you can still catch those for free on Rockfin. We will also be posting video clips to Rockfin and Odysee. However, we will only be using YouTube for the next month for promotional purposes. It's about that time. YouTube just flexed on us, people. They just flexed on us. AOC just targeted us. Most of the people who were purged or who were demonetized are open critics of AOC, leftist critics of AOC. Ironically enough, or coincidentally enough, I should say, there are also people who, at least nominally, all supported forced to vote. Don't know if you caught that. We can't keep playing this game with them. We have Rockfin. We have Odysee. Both of them are great platforms. Rockfin is like, I consider it to be like Netflix for independent content creators. It's more of a creator co-op, whereas Odysee the functionality is a little bit more like YouTube for those of you who may be used to YouTube. But we cannot keep legitimizing YouTube. we have to cultivate other spaces. And I encourage you all, go find your favorite journalists, independent journalists, email them, comment on their videos, tweet at them, tag them on Facebook. Go to Rockfin, go to Odysee, black out YouTube. Go to Rockfin, go to Odysee, black out YouTube. Hell, I would even say black out Twitch. Twitch just brought, ironically enough, Vaush, who's gotten caught. I mean, bro is a pedophile who said the N-word on camera multiple times. Not only did he not get demonetized by YouTube, but Twitch just allowed him back on the same day we all got demonetized. That's super weird. Super weird. Super coincidental. And what's even more interesting, people, is that there's this weird situation going on with the mainstream media that a lot of people aren't tracking, right? So I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Edelman Trust Barometer, but it released this week. And basically, it was that survey found that 56% of Americans agree with the statement that journalists and reporters are purposely trying to mislead people, and this is in the traditional media, but it's that they're purposely trying to mislead people by saying things they know are false or gross exaggerations. 56%, over half the country knows this. Only 18% of all Republicans that took this survey trust the media, trust traditional media. And that's not limited to, by the way, one like CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. It's all traditional media. The country is more than 18% Republican. That's a significant amount of people who don't believe anything they see, who are simultaneously being targeted to be silenced and censored. So that outrage could potentially be festering in the dark somewhere. We don't know. We don't know what their plans are because they're being fucking censored. So there's no open dialogue. You can't talk these people off the ledge. Also, let me show y'all this. Change in the U.S. total audience watching weekday primetime cable news for weeks January 25th through 29th versus the 18th through the 22nd. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with this, but basically MSNBC, CNN, and even Fox News hit record high ratings the day of the January 6th attacks. Record high. Immediate decline after that, though. And basically, you see CNN, as far as the total amount of views during prime times or within 24 hours, have fell off significantly in just a week because nobody believes them anymore. There was a video that came out that even said, yeah, a lot of these YouTube channels are even getting more views than mainstream media. They're telling us exactly why they're doing what they're doing. This has been the case for the last few years, by the way. But the mainstream media, people are losing confidence in them, not only in the US, but around the world. People don't trust them. No one's watching them. And what makes it even worse for them is that, well, people prefer us. They prefer independent media. Because we're telling the truth. And they don't want to tell the truth. But we're going to keep telling the truth. Because everybody right now, we got 369 people watching right now on YouTube. 369 people are about to go from YouTube right now. They're going to scan that QR code from Rockfin. And they're going to go to Rockfin right now. They're going to take 2 seconds. It's like literally like it's 15 seconds to sign up for a Rockfin account for free. 369 people right now watching. All of them about to go to Rockfin. 100 of them are going to endorse me or someone else on Rockfin Premium to get all Rockfin content. They're going to each tell a friend. They're going to tell their friend. Independent media is going to coalesce here on the left and the right. And we're going to beat the mainstream. Because I have seen the movement provide time and time and time again when activists, organizers, independent journalists, etc., when they're doing the right thing, the movement always provides. And I have 100% faith that you all will prove me to be true, prove me right in that regard, again, like you have so many times in the past. Like I said, when you get to Rockfin, please go follow Graham, Kim, Convo Couch, Robbie Yeager, Hardlands Media, who's probably about to get hit today. There's so many wonderful independent leftists and even some populist conservative channels on Rockfin already. There's already a huge audience on Odysee as well. Like I said, that functionality is a little bit more like YouTube as far as the way that you engage on that platform. But there's already a massive audience on Odysee too. The audience for both platforms is growing. I know that we can be successful as a unit if we decide to do this together, because we saw BitChute, for all of its problems, Alex Jones got kicked off of YouTube and every other platform, goes to BitChute while people were watching at a very important moment. BitChute hits like 1 million users in like 24 hours. So we can do it. I feel like we have audiences that are as loyal as Alex Jones audiences. And I think that you all are looking for a place that we can get some truth as well. And once again, you can scan that QR code or click on that link in the description below to get to Rockfin. Let's go ahead and get through some of these tips on Rockfin. Everything that you can do on YouTube, by the way, as far as supporting your favorite journalists, you can do on Rockfin and then some. You can endorse them for premium content and everybody's premium content. You can tip people or quote unquote give super chats to people while they're live, or you can tip them after they're live. You can tip regular videos, or you can just tip the channel because you're feeling nice that day. So every way you can support people on YouTube, you can do on Rockfin and then some. Paul Caruso said, hell yeah, bring it. Red Sea Socialist, thank you for the tip. Sorry, YouTube is some bullshit. My brother, P.S. Joe Biden hates black people. Red Sea Socialist is dropping truth bombs out here. Emblemed Fate, thank you for the tip. With neo-progressives, Medicare for All was their supposed line free speech. Their line free speech was always my #1 issue. AOC has gone full fascist censorship. Is it okay to call her out her abandoning my issue, or will they protect her? I know the answer. I need free speech to learn my true black history, the one the U.S. hid my entire life. You telling me that something grinds your gears about the fact that YouTube is silencing the only black journalist or black leftist, progressive, independent political commentator that owns a network? That don't sit right with you? Them silencing me on Black History Month at the beginning of Black History Month, that don't sit right with you? Oh man, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Brian Fausch, thank you for the tip. Everyone make sure to support Bruno Franco. We just call him Franco because I always I can't do the Bruno Franco thing because that's like 2 whole ass first names, not like a part of a first name. Like, bro got 2 first names. Franco, bro, you need to change that shit. But he said, make sure everybody goes support Bruno Franco at Frank Analysis. He's going to be on the show tonight, by the way, guys. So that's going to be fun. He was growing fast and had great content. Let's help him out as he is a smaller channel. But he just passed 3K subscribers on YouTube and is on Rockfin now. He is absolutely correct. Frank Analysis is on Rockfin and got a 3K. He went from like 300 subscribers to 3,000 in like a month, less than a month. Was growing incredibly fast. And so it's a good thing we did get him over to Rockfin because they just demonetized him as well. Electric Bill, thank you very much for the tip. Charlie Cockonitis, thank you very much for the tip. Sandy Breon, thank you very much for the tip. Richie Medhurst is in the live chats right now on Rockfin. Shout out to Richie. Y'all can follow him on Rockfin as well. Miss Anderson, we are seeing in real time why workers, aka content creators, need to own the means of production. Capitalism won't fund its own critics except under carefully controlled conditions. You're absolutely right. I 100% agree with you, Mr. Anderson, which is exactly why we love Rockfin so much, because Rockfin is actually a creator co-op. And it's my understanding thus far that it is the first video platform that is a creator co-op. In other words, technically speaking, we all own a share, albeit small shares of ownership, that can grow as the platform grows. That's what a co-op is. It's actually probably the most effective business model out there, but I 100% agree. Jason Bellinger, thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate you. Glad to join you, Niko, and others on Rockfin. Appreciate you. Bob Briggs, thank you very much for the tip. Big fan, bruh. Hey, I'm a big fan of you too. Appreciate you being here. Derek Ayers, thank you very much for the tip. Take my anger money, fuck these people. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. You gonna give it to me? I'm gonna take it. We're gonna reinvest it. The Convo Couch, what's going on? Oh, it's Pasta. What's good, Pasta? Fuck you too, Pasta. Man, Convo, believe it or not, y'all, even though technically they're still a bigger channel, but they got hit by YouTube more often than I've ever been hit by YouTube. Like all the time. They weren't even allowed to monetize at first when they first applied for the partner program, because they were like, it's too much harmful content, and once again, wouldn't even let them know what it was. It took them, 2 tries, I think, to apply for monetization, which is bullshit. Shout out to the Convo Couch and the rest of the MCSC fam. I'm on here, Convo's on here, Robbie Yeager, who does all of our financial corruption research, he's on here, just posted a brilliant article, by the way, go check that out. Rockfin has not just video content, but podcast content, ranks and things like that. You can do ranks, you can do like stacks, which basically stacks different categories of content together, not only from your channel, but from other channels as well that you might like. So, like I said, I love Rockfin. They're dope. Frank Slow, Niko's the bomb. Literally. Elijah Logan just moved over from YouTube. Appreciate you coming over. Who else is in the chat right now who just came over from YouTube? Who else is in our Rockfin chat? Just came over from YouTube. Tim Burke, let him know. He said almost all the channels he watches anyway are already on Rockfin. Rockfin, y'all don't even know. Rockfin asked us to take a chance on them when their currency was worth like 3 cents. They didn't, it was a different model. It was a unique model. But they believed in us. That was their pitch. They're like, we have faith in y'all. Like, we're going to keep up our end of the bargain. Just keep bringing the fire. Be honest, be truthful, and we'll give you the space to do that. And Rockfin has done that for us. And I just right now, bro, I'm thinking to myself like, yo, how the hell was I going to pay my bills next month if I didn't have Rockfin and YouTube did this? How is my team going to pay their bills next month if they didn't have Rockfin, if they didn't have Patreon? And by the way, you can support us on if you don't want to do the Rockfin, because maybe I know some people have their finances all consolidated or their donations consolidated on Patreon. You can support us on Patreon too by scanning that link, scanning that QR code. Rockfin, the QR code still here, the Cash App. So if you want to do one-time support, Cash App, QR code right here. All the ways you can donate to the show are in the Linktree link though. in the description. So you can go to that Linktree link. You can follow all my links for social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook are in there. PayPal, Cash App, Rockfin, Patreon are all in there as well. So just click on that Linktree link. You can support the show there as well. Who else is this guy here? Censored for the Truth. Convo brought me over from YouTube yesterday. Taro Man moved over from YouTube. Edwin Medina hit that motherfucking like button, he said. Do what he said. Do what he said. Niko, Edwin Medina, Niko's a motherfucking man. Well, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I saw some. Who else? I see William Castro in the chat. Alexander Jensen, can you play audio from Rockfin on an Android phone? Yes, but only from the browser. They don't have an app in the Google Play Store yet. But I'm actually going to talk to them about putting their app, since it is open source, on one of the cryptocurrency app store or app markets that you can just download straight from your browser and create a phone or a home button on your phone. Or excuse me, create an app button on your home screen. There you go. Jamaro is talking to the Rockfin crew. So Jamaro Thomas, if you watch him on his show, The Progressive Soapbox, or on his show with Shane Stranahan on Sputnik Radio called Fault Lines, he is coming to Rockfin as well. So Jamaro Thomas will be here soon, thankfully. He'd already actually started talking about that before all this went down. Tim Burke said crypto equals freedom, 100%. Edwin Medina, I just logged in to say fuck YouTube, you heard? I agree. Who am I? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Chris Phillips said, I honestly never heard of you until YouTube demonetized you. I'm following now. Cheers. Well, Chris Phillips, welcome to the MCSC fam. At the very, very least, you will be entertained. At the very least, you don't be entertained, you don't get the truth. And by the way, you definitely want to, like I said, all of our live streams, after this video, I'm trying to get through all these comments and shit, because after this video, we only live streaming on Rockfin. We'll post clips on Rockfin and Odysee. We'll promote, market through YouTube, but you won't see any live streams on YouTube at all. Shout out to Kim Iverson, by the way. She yesterday covered this and made sure to give me a big shout out during her live stream so that people knew. And she also shout out Jamaro Thomas, Convo Couch, Graham. But thank you so much, because that was one of her very first live streams. Actually, she just spent the whole live stream bringing attention to it, even though she hasn't even been personally hit yet. But she once again used her massive platform on YouTube and on Rockfin in order to bring attention to this issue. That's why, like I said, even though I do disagree with Kim on very few issues, she's steadfast in her support of free speech and on the biggest issues, biggest populist issues. So I appreciate you doing that. William Castro, thank you very much for that tip. Said liberty. Becca Hutchinson signed up 2 days ago. Like it so far. Watch Kim. Thomas J just made the leap. Keep it up. Made the leap over to Rockfin. Welcome. Who else we got? And yeah, Edwin Medina says she probably knows it's coming, referring to Kim Iverson and the YouTube demonetization. Yeah, she's very conscious of it. Beezy, quick question. If we give you all thumbs up on this post, what does that do for y'all? It helps us. It helps Rockfin know that it's a popular video, pushes in the algorithm. It'll like send out an automatic email to let other people know that we're live or that the video is popular. If you want the video to be seen by more people on Rockfin, though, if you tip the video, the videos that have tips kind of they end up putting out a natural algorithm, or pushing a natural algorithm that puts you out, or an organic one, I should say, that shows, hey, this video got a lot of support. You might want to support it too, or you might like it too, based off of the amount of people who have tipped. So if you want a video to get even more views on Rockfin from any creator, just tip them a couple of dollars. If you want to buy, somebody asked me if you want to buy Ray token. So Ray token is a cryptocurrency that Rockfin created and pays its creators in. However, you can buy Ray token like you would buy any other type of cryptocurrency because it's technically an altcoin. It's on the Ethereum network. The best way that I've seen, the easiest way that I've seen to buy it, if you already have a wallet and everything, even if you don't, you download the Kyber app, the Kyber Swap, Kyber Swap app. Buy Ethereum, convert it into Ray, which is RAE. That's it. Super simple. And I would strongly encourage you to do so, by the way, because I told people last year when it was 17 cents, I said, y'all, I'm letting y'all know there's some big names coming up on Rockfin. Y'all need to invest. Because I'm a big proponent of the progressive movement, like the legitimate progressive movement, not the real left, like the actual movement on the ground. We will continue to fail if we do not have a robust economy that will allow people to not be co-opted by the establishment so they can pay their bills, or be incentivized to do the wrong thing or to capitulate to the establishment so that they are not demonetized in the ways that we are seeing right now, right? That they don't hurt. I took a massive hit, y'all. Y'all don't even know how big of a hit I took from being the only one willing to criticize AOC from the left back in 2019 and 2020. Thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers I lost. I lost $400 in Patreon revenue because I said, I don't understand, why did AOC vote to fund ICE if she's anti-ICE? Why isn't she speaking out on all this legislation to end these wars if she's anti-war? Why did she run on passing the All Fossil Fuels Act and then switch up and pretend like she didn't even know it existed if she truly cares about climate change? Why is she uplifting Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, and other neoliberals like Elizabeth Warren if she's a quote unquote progressive? I took a lot of hits, and I had people personally reach out to me, popular YouTube channels, 500,000 subscribers plus, telling me straight up, I agree with you, bro. You're absolutely 100% right about AOC, but I can't risk it. Their bottom line would have been detrimentally affected even to this day. So now with the Ray token and open blockchain or open source blockchain technology combined with willing platforms like Rockfin, now the left has a way to get ahead of the game. Yeah, imagine, so y'all remember this whole Robin Hood fiasco, right? How a bunch of people made some quick money really fast by a coordinated effort on like Reddit, right? Okay, and they invested in GameStop, and they kind of like bet against. Technically, they caused the hedge fund that bet against GameStop to lose billions of dollars. Okay, cool. So this is like that, except for you can buy it. You don't have to buy a whole share, quote unquote, like in stocks. With cryptocurrency, like with Ray token, you can literally just go buy it. And if you bought it at 17 cents last year, or even 35 cents, a little bit after that, when I told y'all to buy at 35 cents, or even 50 cents, or even 80 cents, if you bought it at any of those times whenever I was begging you all to do so, then you probably bought several thousand tokens for very, very cheap. And right now, as it is getting back up to about $4.50 per token, you're probably picking out what college you're going to pay or send your kid to because you have enough money now to send your kid to whatever college they want to and pay the tuition outright if you bought the tokens when I told you to buy them. If you bought them before the pandemic or even right as it started, you're good. It's at $4 right now. roughly, but it's hovering between $4 and $5. So if you go buy that token right now, you can still make a bunch of money, because as the monetization apocalypse that we keep seeing as it unfolds further, and these big channels like Jimmy's channel, like Kim's channels, even some of the conservative channels, as those channels begin to get kicked off of YouTube, or at least disincentivized from posting on YouTube, you're going to see them come over. That value is put into the value of the Ray token. The value that they bring gets put into the value of the Ray token. And so just by supporting truth tellers, you can actually profit off of that investment of supporting truth tellers. Because if you buy Ray token, that increases the value of Ray token, which supports the people on the platform. If you watch people on the platform and subscribe to them with an endorsement, so the $9.99 a month that it costs to endorse anybody on Rockfin, that also increases the value of the Ray token. If the value of the Ray token increases and you've bought several thousand of them or several hundred of them, guess what? As that increases, your money increases. The value of the token that you already have increases. And so now the entire independent populist movement is literally profiting off of cooperating with each other and supporting each other, which is exactly how it should be. Open source, blockchain technology, free crypto market. That is how the left can win, but it starts with moments like this. When we have the opportunity, they gave us a window, y'all. They really did. They said they feeling froggy, so they decided to leap. They don't think we can survive. I'm sure they have some awareness of Rockfin. I know they know about Odysee. But they don't think that you all are loyal or appreciative of independent journalists that you get your news from. They don't think the movement is cohesive enough to carry all of us through situations like this. They don't believe in us, even though they know we exist, right? That's why they flip the algorithm on their head. That's why they're trying to demonetize everybody. That's why they're trying to kick everybody off the internet. So they know we exist. That's why they're targeting us. If we weren't a threat, they wouldn't target us. But they know we exist. They know how big of how the massive audiences we have. That's why we're being targeted. However, they go through grand efforts to splinter the movement, so they don't believe that it's cohesive enough or strong enough, and they to survive this. And they also incentivize independent journalists to go against each other, so that in moments like this, there can be no coalescence, especially any coalescence of both the left and the right against big tech censorship like we're seeing right now. They don't believe in you. However, once again, I know the movement. The movement always provides. Do the right thing, the movement will take care of you. That's why I'm telling everybody about the Ray token, because I've been there. Like, I know what it's like to miss opportunities. I already know some of the opportunities that have been afforded just to journalists and people who invested in the Ray token on Rockfin last year. I know that they have been able to take that money and reinvest it in ways that have helped the movement tremendously and are going to continue to help the movement. I know that the movement provides, especially in times like this. The movement generally has put their money where their mouth is. When I was homeless, people came to my Patreon. People donated donated super chats on YouTube. They sent money through PayPal. They sent checks in the mail to help get me out of that situation so I can get back to doing what I love to do. And that was when I was driving Uber, driving 40 minutes to go to work in Boca, and doing 5-6 episodes a night for my show. I saw, Pasta and Fiorella quit their pretty good paying jobs to do this because they were so inspired by the movement. Johnny was supposed to be a literal engineer rather than just a program engineer like what he does for Pasta and Fiorella. He literally went to school for engineering. Gave up the check when he didn't know what was coming next, because he wasn't even into politics. Saw what Fiorella and Pasta were doing, was inspired, and decided to help them do their show full time instead. And they've only been able to do that because of you all. I've only been able to do this because of you all. Graham is and Kim left a nationally syndicated radio show. People don't know. She was on XM radio. That's where Kim got her initial fame, was a syndicated radio show. Gave it up. Jimmy, excuse me, he gave up TYT, had to pay to get out of that situation because the movement provided. I know that the establishment, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of control, and they are able to misrepresent the status of the movement. But this is one of those moments where they're going to be caught slipping. Because you cannot target some of the most important voices in independent media while simultaneously protecting the mainstream media and doing the bidding of authoritarians like AOC, and expect there to not be any massive reaction to that. Because you're not just hurting us if you're YouTube. These people come to independent journalists because they can't get the facts anywhere else. They can't get objective analysis or even good analysis in the mainstream anymore. You are taking away a utility of theirs. That, by the way, y'all were already paying for. I know a lot of y'all are like premium YouTube subscribers. And they're telling you your money's no good here. Not if you want to support this person. They're insulting you. They're telling you your money is no good for them. Even though you were donating super chats. By choice, your personal choice. Even though you were a YouTube premium subscriber. And were getting some benefits from that, likely from whoever you were premium subscribed to. They're saying your money is not good. We don't care what you support. We don't want to hear. We got some more tips on Rockfin. Let me go through. I said it yesterday with the Yasmin Awele. I said it yesterday with the combo couch. I'm going to say it again. Screw YouTube. They can't get all of us. Facts. Alexander Jensen, thank you very much for the tip. Virgil Fitzgerald, thank you for the tip. It's just like Chris Hedges says. The more we oppose the establishment, the more blatant their suppression of us will be. And the more people will be convinced of their illegitimacy. We are going to win. 100%. Hell, Chris Hayes has been doing this for a while. Like, he's been in the game getting attacked for being anti-establishment longer than I've been born. Literally. I'm going to take his word. Ruben Massagua, thank you for the tip. Just switch over, still having problems buying Ray tokens. If you're having trouble with Ray tokens, shoot me a DM. And I can try to guide you in that area. Worst case scenario, don't worry about it. Got a guy that I will link you up via email. If you DM me or email me and you're having trouble. It's, believe it or not, it's super simple. Make sure we got everybody. William McAllister said, fuck YouTube. Keep on preaching, brother Niko. We got your back. Appreciate you, Will. Y'all keep getting my 6, I'll keep getting y'all's. Oh yeah, if you're buying Ray token, don't buy quote unquote Ethereum Classic, just buy Ethereum, which is ETH. That's a symbol for Ethereum. And then convert that into Ray token on KyberSwap. Like, you can buy it on KyberSwap and then convert that into Ray token on KyberSwap. William Dunlap he said, got your back, Niko. Got yours too, Will. They got a lot of Wills. Also, by the way, our website, our official MCSC website is in the description as well. So important stuff will be posted there. Articles, important videos. We haven't updated that much over the last couple of months because literally we're just swamped. And partially because YouTube was kind of screwing with us. So we were trying to figure out how to deal with that issue. But given all the other issues, like all the other drama with YouTube, and we know what's coming next. We know Twitter is coming for us next. We're fully aware. We know Facebook is coming for us. Facebook apparently has already come for some people. They've removed them from the either Facebook Watch program or the Facebook Premium subscription program. So you can't even get your premium subscriptions on Facebook. Daryl Burton said, this is Baltimore Black in Baltimore on Twitter with you. Appreciate you, man. Be more in the house. Anna Luz Perez Duran. You got a long name. Appreciate your super chat, though. Forza, Niko and Company. Thank you very much. C. Memo Kim. Thank you very much for the tip. Right now, we have 135 people watching live on Rockfin. That is actually short of our record for Rockfin for live stream viewers. The most that we've gotten was when I was streaming with Whitney Webb. Hell, like 2 weeks ago. It was like 225 people watching live at once. So I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more people watch live on Rockfin over the next few years. Cristobal and her husband, Jonathan, they're business partners with Mike Bloomberg. I've heard that. And from just like a investment standpoint, they are technically business partners with him. Technically speaking. Sarah McAllister just joined Rockfin also. If you want your shout out in the live stream the Rockfin live stream chat, just let me know. Let me know. Just go ahead and let me know in the chat. We got you. If Niko hits 200 premium subscribers, he will get back all of his lost YouTube income. You heard him? Tim Burke is reminding y'all. He's absolutely correct, by the way. We are at 100. Matter of fact, let me see where we're at right now. Oh, shit, I forgot. It takes a little bit to update. That's okay. So right now, we're at about 156 premium subscribers. Oh, wow, we got some endorsements today. Okay. Let's go and read some of these new endorsements. Karen Sperry, new subscriber. Thank you very, very much. Tom Sang, new subscriber, new endorsement. Thank you very much. Fuddruckers, Co-op, new subscriber. Paratas de Dios. Jajjeet Singh. Those are all of our new Rockfin Premium subscribers for today. And a bunch of people renewed their Rockfin Premium subscription. Don't forget, we do have our 5 p.m. show today. We're going to have Frank Analysis on. Super excited about that. 200 subscribers. So that's just 50 more from where we're at. Our goal is to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the month. It's less than 50. We're at like 46 or 44 now. So 44 new endorsements. We have 294 people watching right now on YouTube who are coming over to Rockfin. We got how many people? 134 people watching right now. One endorsement. And you can, by the way, you can take off the endorsement. Okay, so you don't got $9 next month. That's fine. You can just do it again the month after or 2 months from then. But I know that we can get 15 or 20 people who are watching right now on Rockfin to endorse even just for a month to catch our premium show tonight and all the premium content on Rockfin from people like Convo Couch, Kim Iverson, Graham Elwood, Jimmy Dore, Frank Analysis, Facts on the Ground with Misty, Harlan's Media with Kit Cabello and Daniel and the fam in Chicago. We're out here. We're all out here. The good ones are either on Rockfin or they're on the way. I promise you. Jig Forever, email me at Niko for the. So if you're having trouble with tips, because this is the second person I've had this issue with. If you're having trouble with tips, email me at nicoforthepeople@gmail.com so I can go ahead and send you to the to Rockfin's team so they can get that squared away for you. Omar Fernandez just joined Rockfin Premium. Shout out to Omar. When will it come on Roku? We're trying to figure out how to make that work. It's weird. Open source technology and blockchain technology is difficult when you're talking about integrating it with things like Roku or Apple TV, etc. So it's something that we are looking into, and I am even thinking about doing a live stream, almost like a 12-hour or 24-hour live stream of just MCSC content from that day or that week that we're running constantly in the background, so that people. Cause I know that a lot of people like watching live streams, not only because of the streams themselves, but because of the engagement that you get in the things that you learn in the comment section from people who are also interested in what is being discussed in that stream. So I know like the community engagement is really important. So I just wanted to provide a space where there's constantly new things being up, because you never know. Maybe you see something you like from a content creator on a network that you didn't even know was here, because maybe they're a little bit newer or they're not as popular yet, and you decide to go subscribe to them or follow them on Twitter or whatever. Like, we're coming up with, I have a call-in show that we're getting together, by the way. I'm really excited about that. And because that will be available, I'm going to try to get the first episode, or excuse me, the first segment for the call-in show next week. I'm not going to, 11th, I'm going to be out of town. So not the week of the 11th, but the week of the 15th. So not next week, but the week after, when I get back from vacation. I need a mental health break. These people stressing me out. AOC out here targeting us in emails and shit. But anyway, so the week of the 15th, I'm going to be rolling out our call-in show, which you can only listen to on Rockfin. Not Rockfin Premium, but Rockfin. That's going to be a lot of fun, because I want people who are really, they pump their chest up a lot. Like, they, what I'm saying? They be out here, fuck you, grifter. And then they run away on Twitter. They hide behind 280 characters and then run away. I want to have those conversations on the phone, though. Because the only thing you can do then is hang up. And at that point, if you hang up, then I know that and I know you got school, you got learned a little bit. We learned you something. Lee Williamson, thank you very much for the tip on Rockfin. President Jafar, always showing up and showing love. The MCSC movement don't stop, bro. 100%. Shout out to everybody who's been around since we had like 2,000 and 3,000 subscribers on YouTube and had like 2,000 or 3,000 followers on Twitter. Like, I've been getting a lot of those emails lately and a lot of those DMs on Twitter, and just a lot of people just showing a lot of encouragement and letting us know that they're still with us, and they're going to follow us regardless of how often they try to censor us. And like I said, just the people who have been around since the beginning cannot tell you how much we appreciate you sticking around, because we know that there's been plenty of attempts to crush us, plenty of attempts to smear us. Somebody who tried to get my people deplatformed and demonetized got demonetized himself. But we're still here because of y'all, because we have the best base on the internet. Shout out to you guys. Emblem Faith, since it's Black History Month and you're officially of the YouTube lease, off the YouTube lease, you can cover real Black revolutionary Kwame Tour, W.E.B. Du Bois, Thomas Sankara, Malcolm X. This is something neo-progressives wouldn't touch with the 50-foot pole. Yeah, we actually try to discuss issues like that. Like I was, by the way, that's actually a really good point, because I don't know if y'all know this, but Black stories about like actual Black history, they get demonetized and reported on YouTube, and you get like strikes for that. It's actually there's a class action lawsuit from a bunch of Black YouTubers because of this. But you're absolutely right. That does free us up to have even more conversations about, like, for example, Fred Hampton. And by the way, my channel or my network, so Convo Couch and the people on the network, were the only ones to consistently and regularly, outside of Slow News Day and them and that crew, of course. But basically outside in slow news days, literally the only other person who interviews black people on a regular basis, even though Steve is obviously white. But no one else wanted to talk about Fred Hampton. Now everybody wants to pretend to be an expert on Fred Hampton now that his movie's coming out soon. But nobody else wanted to talk about that. Because if you talk about Fred Hampton, you have to talk about the Rainbow Coalition that he successfully created at 21 years old. He actually literally converted white supremacists into unified freedom fighters with the Black Panthers, fighting the government and the elite instead of the scapegoating black people for their problems. They didn't want to talk about Fred Hampton because then you got to talk about the whole story of Fred Hampton. You see that even some of them even try to come on and lie on Twitter and say that the Young Patriots were not white supremacists when they originated in West Virginia during the Civil Rights era, and their symbol was a Confederate flag. And they were also really open about the white supremacy part. Nobody, a lot of the people, and you're not going to hear these socialists, by the way, talk about black history, like true black history, because quote unquote socialism or quote unquote communism that was founded by Marx, it's completely separated from anything or any implications of race, because Marx is a racist. Nobody ever likes to talk about that part. But yes, Karl Marx was indeed a racist. So communism, in all of its critiques of capitalism, is forgetting one of the most valid critiques of capitalism, which is how capitalism uses racism to keep classism in place. You don't ever hear anyone talk about that because these people are just a bunch of sycophants and not critical thinkers. Like communism in a homogeneous environment is it could be, but for the most part, the countries that are mostly socialist or communist, mostly are very successful. But generally, that's in a homogeneous environment, or at least a homogeneous environment for the most part, or homogeneous for all you proper folk. But in a scenario where you have to take into account every day how capitalism and classism use racism to bolster itself, communism or the Marxist theory doesn't work, because Marx didn't give a shit about black people. And he was also mad anti-Semitic too. Sarah McAllister just subscribed on Rockfin. Shout out to Sarah. President Jafar said, yep, everyone loves Fred Hampton now. The movie's coming out about him. 100% facts. Feel like I missed somebody's tip. Did I miss anybody's tip? I think that we're good on. I think I got all the tips on Rockfin. I know I got all the super chats on YouTube, since there are none, because you're not allowed to send any anymore. Because we're demonetized. Because YouTube is shit. That's why. Hamza, Rockfin is the way going forward. You are absolutely right. You should invite KRS-One on your show. I would love to invite KRS-One. I don't know KRS-One like that, though. I'm not that cool. I appreciate it. I wear shirts that make me look cooler than I actually am. But I don't know if I'm KRS-One cool. Although, Ice Cube is a fan of my show. So who knows? Maybe. William Castro. But Niko, you gotta vote Democrat. Democrat censorship is awesome. See, about that though, like,
strip.
Casual's being sarcastic, by the way. Underhill says Niko doesn't, or this kid, I'm assuming he's talking about me. Although last time I checked, I got gray in my beard. But this kid has absolutely no idea what he is saying. Nothing but buzzwords. Educate yourself, son. Not your son, not your kid. 6'1", 200 pounds. And I literally don't use buzzwords. I hate buzzwords. That's why I don't use them. Like I use them and I can't even help. Like it is a nervous twitch at this point where if I say a buzzword, I have to go and describe what I actually mean by it because I know there's a buzzword and what that intention shows versus what it actually means versus the actual history of the word. Like that's what I'm known for doing. I can't even help but do the shit, even though I hate it because I know that it's not really, it's not time friendly when you're live streaming, but if you become a premium subscriber, then you get all of our premium content, Mr. Hater, okay? And you can educate me on all of our streams. Oh, Kimberly says she loves Niko style. I appreciate that. Emblem Fate, thank you very much for the tip. Sankara is the Lenin and Mao of Africa. Kwame was a true revolutionary. You may remember he was the one Bill Clinton was saying black people shouldn't be like. I cannot remember only because I was like 4 or 5 when that happened. So I don't necessarily remember. I believe you. Emblem Fate be putting me on some shit with Africa, y'all, because Africa is very difficult to keep up with because it is massive. There's so much there. Oh my God. Africa is bigger than the United States. I don't know if y'all know that. Like way bigger. They try to make it seem as if the United States on a map is like relatively equal to the size of Africa. Bro, it's not even close. It is a whole fucking lie. That's like, so when you're talking about just how the West has tried to fuck up and delegitimize the very legitimate impact of a prosperous Africa, like you got to start at how they are portraying Africa on a map. That's just the edge of it. And so I appreciate the people who send me all the good shit to read on Africa, because looking at a lot of our policy or Western policy in Africa actually can kind of help you preempt or predict some of the stuff that we're going to do in Central and South America and the Middle East as well. Because that policy, I feel like in Africa, they test policies and because you're not allowed to humanize Africans or talk about Africans in any way that makes them look human on mainstream media. If you haven't noticed, no one knows about what we do over there. I don't know if y'all realize how much you're not allowed to learn about Africa. Did y'all know that Africa has an African Union? Did y'all know that? Like the EU or the United States? Africa has a whole ass union. Gaddafi was the elected chairman of that union at one point. And then when he announced that he's going to step down in order to keep the West, specifically the United States, out of Africa, because they were using Gaddafi as the excuse to constantly fund quote unquote rebels, terrorists, to attack Gaddafi. And then when Gaddafi would have to inevitably retaliate against literal terrorists that were being sent in from Chad, from a president that we installed, every time Gaddafi would retaliate against those terrorists, we would say that he was killing his own people. So whenever Gaddafi announced at the African Union's, I think it was their yearly thing that they do, he's going to step down as the chairman of the African Union, even though he was elected the chairman. And he was going to step down as president of Libya. That was when he announced that, very shortly is when they attacked Gaddafi and brutalized him. And obviously shortly after that, there was open market slavery. The point is, why I brought that story up, is like, you hear a lot of people talk about the Gaddafi part of Africa, right? The assassination of Gaddafi. You even hear a lot of people talk about the open market slavery of Libya and our relationship with Libya, the United States, and how the State Department got involved, like Hillary Clinton and the State Department got involved. What is never discussed in that conversation is the fact that there's a whole ass African Union. You never learned about it at any primary school in the US. Hell, you'll be lucky if you learn about that shit in college. I went to one of the best colleges in the country at UNC that is known for having a great foreign affairs program, international relations, comparative politics, all that shit. It's not like traditional, like neoliberal academia. Everything they teach you there is critical thinking. We don't care about the conclusion. You're being great on your logic to how you got to your conclusion. And even at a university like that, never was taught about Africa having a union. And we were never taught that we assassinated the person who was most recently sat on the African Union. For context, imagine reading a headline right now that the chairperson of the EU was assassinated, and it was Iran who took place in that and spearheaded that operation. Imagine reading that headline and all hell not breaking loose. You cannot fucking imagine that, because it would never happen. Because the EU is considered legitimate. We've humanized Western Europeans, right? The media humanizes them while they bastardize Africans and African Americans. They legitimize those corrupt Western institutions while bastardizing African institutions that are just as legitimate, probably even more so. Because YouTube disincentivizes any coverage of anything like that regarding the true nature of Black history, not only from an African American standpoint, but from just a global standpoint. When you start to have those conversations, YouTube will demonetize you. I saw a bunch of Fred Hampton videos being demonetized, Black Panther videos being demonetized, or taken down completely. This is why, once again, platforms like Rockfin are so important. Woo, we got 143 people right now over on Rockfin. Chris Anderson, thank you for the tip. The Lone Wolf podcast stands with you and dozens of YouTubers who've been attacked by big tech. Keep fighting, Niko. Appreciate you, Chris, or Charles, excuse me. Shout out to the Lone Wolf podcast. Never listen to y'all, but now I'm going to. I ain't gotta always agree with you, but I can agree with your principles. I can agree with your goals, and we can have a lot of fun disagreeing on the way to solutions. Carrie Mark, thank you very much for the tips. She said Niko is in the Rockfin house. Absolutely. Daryl, hold on. Oh Lord, y'all tipping too fast. Look, I'm losing my spot. Hold on, create another screen. Appreciate you guys. Daryl Burton, Kwame Tour, aka Stockley Carmichael. So make sure y'all look into Kwame Tour, aka Stockley Carmichael. Good old Black history. You can learn a lot about the world by studying the West's engagement with African nations in countries that were dominated by slavery. Real politics. Much love and respect, fam. That's why there are crucial revisions to Chad Marx and Lenin, Stalin, Mao, Che, and even Sankara, as mentioned, where... Uh-oh, hold on. Let me lose my spot. Where... Oh, excuse me. So Lenin, so you said there are crucial revisions to Chad Marx, Lenin, Stalin, Mao, Che, and even Sankara, as mentioned, where the issues... Lord Jesus. Y'all are tipping me. Y'all are literally tipping me faster than I can keep up. Hold on. Let me get back to the... Appreciate you guys. Let me get back to it. There you go. Where the issues of colonialism, national liberation are indeed addressed. But you're right that most Western socialists do have their head up their collective asses. Truth bomb. Dale Burton. Oh, excuse me. No, I just read one of yours. Emblem Fate. Kwame Tour, a.k.a. Stokely Carmichael, at Lewis' funeral, Bill Clinton said and told Black folks he's glad that they didn't become like him. Please cover him if you can. He was a great revolutionary. I know you're one of the only real progressives that won't bastardize his message. Well, we're definitely going to look into him now. Because fuck Bill Clinton. Fuck everything about him. Fuck everybody who looked like him. Mad Max, thank you very much for the tip. If I join your premium membership, can I educate you on your specious logic on Bolivia? You're awesome, Niko. You know me, I'm always down to listen to disagreements. I mean, I like the odds that my position is probably the correct one, but I'm always down to disagree with. I mean, if y'all knew me in real life, bro, when I tell you I love debating, we will turn a conversation about sports into a political discussion in a heartbeat. Because I feel like the only way you can learn is to disagree, and you learn new facts all the time. Like, I love hanging out with well-meaning conservatives that are just like a little bit, there might be more a little socially conservative, usually a little bit more economically conservative in some ways. And like when we talk, we end up figuring out, oh, so we just had nuanced disagreements here because of our misunderstanding of how this works. Well, if this is how this works, then we actually agree on this. And so this whole debate is pointless, except for the point that we both are more educated for being willing to have that discussion with somebody you disagree with. That's a great thing. I love it. I love learning new things, which is probably why I love debating so much. Dave M. Smith, thank you very much for the tip. Plum, thank you very much for the tip. Fuck YouTube, thank you very much for the tip. He said, long live Rockfin. Larry Fine, keep fighting Niko, fuck YouTube, fuck 'em. Matter of fact, bring that back. Fuck 'em. Matter of fact, bring that back one more time. Fuck 'em. Fuck YouTube. I don't think we missed anybody on Rockfin. I think we're good. So I want to go through our new Rockfin Premium people that just got here. So we're going to reread the new subscriptions, the total. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a bunch of y'all just came here. All right. So once again, Karen Sperry's are one of our new endorsements for today. Jasjeet Singh. Tom San. Fuddruckers Co-op. Piratas de Dios. John Leone. Daryl Burton. Sarah McAllister. P. Garcia. Vito Negroni. Those are the new endorsements that I can see at this point anyway. I know a few of you all might have endorsed in the last couple of minutes, but I haven't gotten a text message about them yet. So today, if you do endorse, look out for your shout out on our Rockfin Premium show. 5 p.m. Eastern. Actually, we're going to move that back. It's going to be 5:30. I did not expect to be reading tips for the last 4 hours or hour and a half. So, but it's a great thing. Once again, appreciate the love. Shout out to everybody who moved from YouTube to Rockfin. Our premium live stream, Rockfin exclusive premium live stream, 5 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern, but we're going to move that to 5:30 p.m. Eastern to 7:30. About 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and get it popping. All right, 5:30 to 7:30 is our premium stream tonight. We're going to be having Frank Analysis on. Super excited about that. And once again, if you're a premium subscriber and you just endorsed, listen for your shout out tonight on our Rockfin Premium show, because by that point, I'll have gotten the text message and an update for who has endorsed us. So once again, before we go to review, no more live streams on YouTube. No more from the MCSC network on YouTube. This is the last one for the next month at least. We will exclusively live stream to Rockfin, which you can join by scanning that QR code if you're not already on Rockfin, or by clicking on the link in the description below. We will only post to Rockfin and Odysee, which you can also scan. Odysee, you can scan that QR code or click on the link in the description below. We will only be posting to YouTube to promote what we have coming up that week or that day. This is the moment where we make YouTube feel it. They don't want us there. They want to monetize. Look, once again, you gotta remember, YouTube, they passed a policy in 2019. They still show ads. In other words, I know some of you conservatives say taxation is theft. I know a lot of leftists say that, quote unquote, profit is theft. Profit in the sense of, if you have millions, tens of millions to give in bonuses, quote unquote, to your CEO, that's not a bonus for the CEO. You just stole wages from your labor. That's what just happened. Well, I'm telling you, they're stealing our labor. They're using us for free promotion because, once again, the ads they use are targeted based off of it's a combination of what the advertisers actually want and what you watch. So they're literally using us in their algorithms to target advertisers that they get paid to advertise for. And we can't be monetized. You can't give us any super chats. You can't become a premium YouTube member. We get censored in the algorithm because they use YouTube premium, or excuse me, YouTube partners get preferred treatment. We can't even appeal. Once again, the MCSC network can't even appeal because we're no longer partners in the YouTube program. No longer partners. So we can't even appeal because we don't have a dedicated specialist anymore, a dedicated liaison. AOC sent out that letter literally telling millions of people in her listserv, in her email listserv, to target anyone that is seen as criticizing AOC on all social media platforms. They are hoping that we tell y'all, just go to Patreon, we'll still stream on YouTube. Just go to Patreon, we'll still stream, or we'll still post on YouTube. We'll still be on Twitch. We'll still go to Facebook. They want to use our labor while they profit, suppress us, denigrate us, try and weaken us financially, making it so that we have to have 2-3 jobs just to survive if we want to continue to bring you all the truth. They're engaging in both soft and hard censorship. The government and these quote unquote private corporations are working together. Rockfin is a creator co-op platform. Creators, and if chosen, if they choose to, even the viewers can own a portion of Rockfin and increase in their value as Rockfin increases. That's how this should work. So let's show YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and AOC and the authoritarian neoliberal, neo-progressive mob of white saviors that, fine, you want to play that game, we'll go and take advantage of the people, take advantage of platforms like Rockfin, like Odysee, where not only will you not have to deal with censorship of your favorite people, but you get the best voices in a consolidated place. The truth, uncensored, unhindered, because we don't have to worry about who's demonetizing us. We don't have to worry about a copyright strike for a 15-second CNN clip where we're calling their asses out. You don't have to worry about any of that. So, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, MCSC Rockfin Premium Stream. I'll see y'all there. Thanks for everybody who has come over for all of our free content on Rockfin and Odysee already. I see there's a shitload of people here already. Shout out to you guys. Otis Buckley said, we'll learn from each other. Thank you very much for the tip. I'm going to make sure we got everybody. Piratas de Dios tipped us. Shout out to, she said, hope to bring my music content to Rockfin. Thanks for introducing me to Rockfin. Hey, if you are a creator, it doesn't matter what kind of creator you are. If you're great at what you do and this is your passion, you do something full time, apply to Rockfin. As long as you've been doing it for a consistent amount of time and you have plenty of content to show Rockfin, apply to Rockfin. Let me know. You can email me or DM me And I will even talk to whoever I need to try and get you all in, because we want as many people on Rockfin as possible. Like, we want different content. It makes the platform more robust. It makes it better. It makes it keeps you there, because you got I got my sports channel, by the way. So if you're into sports, specifically basketball and sports culture, we do football too, but my expertise lie mostly in basketball. I have my Double Tech channel. So if you go double DOUBLE Tech TECH, that is our sports side. So you see me on there. My regular co-host is David Domino. We have some like professional Madden League players and people who deal with reporters and professional athletes all the time on there a lot. It's a fun channel as well that is on Rockfin, Double Tech. We have a great time there. So if you're into sports, you can find that channel as well on Rockfin. But there's a lot of sport, a lot of MMA, a lot of UFC stuff on there. People do UFC coverage of the live fights there. Because technically commentating over a live fight, as long as there's you can't just stream it like just a regular stream. You have to be commentating over it, speaking over it. That's not copyright infringement. But YouTube treats it as such, and so you can't get that type of commentary on YouTube. You can get that type of commentary on Rockfin, though. The possibilities of Rockfin, once again, the sky is the limit for what creators and viewers can get from Rockfin. So I hope to see you all there. See you at 5:30, people. Thank you all the endorsements, all good God, there's $180 in tips on Rockfin right now just for this video. You all are absolutely amazing. Matt, thank you for the tip. Ethan, Adagio, thank you very much for the tip. Yasmin, Oweli, again, thank you for the tip. Abdul Scott, y'all gonna keep me here all day. Like I said, just y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what stage you are in your activism, your organizing, or your content creation as an independent political commentator, the movement will provide. Just keep doing the right thing. They're going to try to use this to convince you to be kind towards Joe Biden's administration and uncritical. Kind and uncritical of AOC. Kind to AOC, uncritical of her. They'll tell you don't call out this new Patriot Act 2.0 that we're seeing. They're going to try and disincentivize you from being honest. Rockfin rewards your honesty. And it rewards you for supporting honesty if you choose to engage in the Ray token and purchase Ray. As the value of that platform and that token increases by your viewership, the value of the Ray token increases, and therefore the value that you get out of the platform increases in content, but also literally increases in your bank account. That's what it should look like. Rockfin is doing it right. Shout out to Martin and everybody on the Rockfin team. You guys are awesome. Shout out to everybody on Rockfin. Once again, myself, Kim Iverson, Jimmy Dore, the Convo Couch, Jamarl Thomas is on his way, Frank Analysis, shout out to Franco, Facts on the Ground, Harlan's Media, Richard Medhurst, who am I missing? Oh, Whitney Webb. Shout out to Whitney Webb. Dope, the Last American Vagabond, Jason Burmis. Shout out to Jason Burmis. If you're looking for some real COVID shit, Last American Vagabond, Whitney Webb, Jason Burmis, Kim Iverson too. They're doing some amazing, just like fact-based reporting on COVID worldwide, but the real shit. Action Force Sanj Crew, Slow News Day with Steve Poikonen and Glory Jones. Shout out to those two. Oh Hi Guy and Glory. Who else is on there? I know I'm missing somebody, y'all. I know I'm missing somebody. I apologize if I'm missing you. Who else we have? I said Graham already. Ron Pacone. Robbie Yeager from MCSC crew is on there. Ian Slackman is on there. He writes a lot for Rockfin. I think that's relatively... That's about all the people I can remember that post a lot on Rockfin. So like I said, for most of you, all of your favorite people are already on Rockfin. Just go ahead and make the leap. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tonight, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard for our Rockfin Premium and Rockfin exclusive stream. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to follow us on Rockfin or Odysee, because fuck YouTube. And always remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.